Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, Tesla's in the news, and for an interesting situation as they're becoming open sourced, which is a weird situation. Actually, any patented or any intellectual properties that Tesla has developed and patented over the years is now open to the public. You can take a peek at it, you can use any of these deals, and Mr. Elon Musk says he has no plans on actually taking any legal action against anybody who is using his technology in good faith. And this means anybody from Joe Blow off the side of the street, not to mention a big-time manufacturer, which has got to be a little bit of a difficult situation, at least as far as if you were with Toyota or Mercedes-Benz, who actually purchased the intellectual properties from Tesla itself. Now this sounds weird. Why would this manufacturer actually go out and do this and allow anybody to actually build their own Model S or their own Tesla Roadster? Well, there's a method to the madness in this situation, as Elon Musk is actually putting together several battery factories that are going to be coming online in the next several years. And if you use any of this technology, you're going to have to use the batteries that he's going to be producing. So, not a bad idea, but also he wants to get as many EVs in folks' hands as humanly possible. Next up on the list, remember when we showed you that teaser photo of that Nissan pickup truck? Well, here it is. This is the brand new Nissan NP300 Navara. Now, Navara is actually what this vehicle has actually been called over the past several years overseas. This quite possibly could be the brand new Frontier here in the North American market. Now, as you can see, this vehicle comes in obviously a four-wheel drive and a two-wheel drive trim. It also comes in this four-door version or an extended cab version as well. Power comes from a 2.5-liter four-cylinder that's either in a gasoline petrol setup or a diesel setup. Now, this vehicle can be run through a 7-speed automatic transmission or a 6-speed manual option. No word on pricing or when availability on this particular vehicle is going to be coming out from your Nissan dealership, hopefully very, very soon. Next up on the list, here's a shot of the headquarters of Shelby American. Now, why are we going to talk about Shelby American? Well, apparently their facility is being moved. They're moving to an all-new facility, and for this to happen, they need to get rid of some units, get rid of some concept vehicles, some first-ever version of some Shelby product. Now, if you don't know about what Shelby is, obviously you've probably heard of the Shelby GT500 or the Shelby GT350 or the new Mustang that may be coming very, very soon. Shelby has been hand in hand with a number of different manufacturers over the years, namely Chrysler and Ford. Now, he's been with Ford for several years. The Shelby American brand has actually overdeveloped some Ford products over the past several years, even after its founder, Carroll Shelby, passed away. This particular brand continues to move forward, and they move forward with a lot of high-performance vehicles. And some of these vehicles can now go into your hands, as 11 concept vehicles are going to be sold to the public very, very soon. Now, one of these vehicles is going to be the brand new Shelby Raptor that they just took the wraps off of just a handful of years ago. This comes with a 6.2-liter supercharged V8. You can also get one of these, the concept version for the GT350 from Shelby. This thing came with a 5.4-liter supercharged V8, putting out 624 brake horsepower. You can actually get the first edition of the Super Snake. This vehicle too comes with a 5.4-liter supercharged V8, making 750 brake horsepower. Now, they made a couple of smaller versions as well, as far as smaller cars, including this Focus ST Shelby Edition. Now, this one's going to be the least expensive of all the models out there. In fact, they have a Fiesta and a Focus version that they're asking for somewhere around $50,000 US. Any of the other, 9 vehicles that are left are going to be well north of $100,000 US. So, if you got a hankering for some Shelby vehicles, especially some vehicles, and these vehicles are going to be definitely something that you can drive on the street, because when I say concept, it's concept only to Shelby. These are actually full-blown automobiles that were actually bought and purchased from Ford and then were done up by the Shelby Group. So These vehicles are definitely street legal, and you can run them up and down the streets. No word on whether these vehicles are going to be sold at auction, maybe for charity, or if they're actually just going to be sold for profit. We'll have to wait and see what comes of that, and in which way, shape, or form they're actually going to be sold. And last up on the list, Michael Schumacher. It's been almost 6 months since Schumacher had his terrible accidents in the French Alps. Now, if you need a little refresh on this deal, Mr. Schumacher and his family were actually skiing in the French Alps when Schumacher fell and struck his head upon a rock. Now, he's wearing a helmet, but he's been very bad shape ever since. In fact, in a medically induced coma in an IC unit in the French Alps. Apparently, over the past several months, he's been going through some rehabilitation and being closely watched over by doctors right there in the ICU for fear that he could pass away from his injuries. Well, in some hopefully very, very good news, a little blurb in a German newspaper came out and said that Mr. Schumacher has been released from the ICU unit and has been moved to a special rehabilitation unit inside of the same hospital, which is fantastic news because he may be out of the woods as far as the actual injuries making the situation where he could pass away. So we'll wait and see what comes of any of this in the future, but fantastic news. We've all been praying for Mr. Schumacher here at Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Hope you have as well. And we hope for a very, very speedy recovery, but it is a long road to hoe when you come to a brain injury. Mr. Schumacher's got a long way to go in his recovery effort, but hopefully he will come through with flying covers and not to mention in very speedy fashion. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.